Here at ECOC TV, I'm joined by Dr. Klaus Engenhardt of Tektronix. Klaus, thank you for speaking to us at ECOC TV this week. You are the major sponsors for the show. Tell us a bit about the decision that you took to do this.
Well, thank you, Brian. We've been in the optical business for a long time, since the early 90s. And we've been at OFC and ECOC for many, many years. And recently we've had a major refocus of the company. We've picked 4 major categories or market areas that we as Tektronix want to focus on. And one of the big key focus areas is data center. We think that's a growing field, a very important field. And we're trying to provide solutions for everything surrounding data centers. So that's server, storage applications, but also data communication applications, including long-haul coherent optical, but also short-haul optical reaches. And so ECOC and OFC as well are very big important shows for us, 2 of the major shows for us in the data center area. And that's why we decided to be a major sponsor here this year.
And as well as being a sponsor, as usual, you have quite a significant presence out on the show floor. Tell us about some of the things you're showing on your stand.
Yeah, so we have a number of new products, both for short-reach data center applications, but also for coherent long-haul applications. So I'll start with the short-reach applications. So everyone knows 400 gigabit Ethernet is the new developing standard, and we are showing 4 new products to support test and measurement applications in primarily early device characterization in debug, but also for qualification and production testing applications. And they include new optical plug-in modules for our sampling oscilloscope, the DSA300, but also new optical front end for direct detect application in combination with our 70 gigahertz real-time scope. And this is a significant shift for us because traditionally sampling oscilloscopes have been used as the working horse in the optical industry, both in characterization, in research and development, but also in production. And recently we've seen a shift going from sampling oscilloscopes to real-time oscilloscopes for PAM4 applications. This has to do with the fact that today no reliable hardware exists to recover clocks from optical signals at 56 gigabaud, but this can be done easily in DSP post-processing with real-time scopes. So that's why we've recently shifted our investment into providing solutions in combination with our real-time oscilloscope for optical measurements. In particular, we're showing a new optical probe for 28 gigabaud PAM4 applications, and we're also showing a technology demonstration that reaches 56 gigabaud applications on our direct detect real-time oscilloscope applications. In combination with that, we have a bunch of new software packages that provide easy compliance testing for the new standards, in particular the TDEC-Q measurement, the SNDR measurement, which are new measurements that replace the old traditional mass testing that people are familiar with. On the coherent side, we're showing for the very first time a 70 gigahertz optical modulation analyzer, which we think is the highest bandwidth modulation analyzer available in the industry today. And it's very exciting because it has recently been used by Nokia Bell Labs in Germany to break a world record for data transmission on a single carrier. This was part of a post-deadline paper at OFC a few months ago. And in this one, Nokia Bell Labs researchers used a 100 gigabaud 64 QAM signal to transmit 1.2 terabit per second data over one single carrier. And our oscilloscopes, our 70 gigahertz ATI oscilloscopes, in combination with our 70 gigahertz coherent front end, were used in those particular experiments.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on that. I get a general feel there's a real buzz about the place this week. What's your view of the market at the moment?
So compared to about 10 years ago when things were very quiet after the crash, and then we had a few quiet years, the pace right now is really quite breathtaking. If you just look at the 400 gigabit Ethernet standard, there's pretty much changes at every meeting, and we see a lot of new multi-source agreements outside of the IEEE or OIF standards. So there's a lot of demand in the industry right now, particularly from data center operators and service providers. And this is a very interesting time for us. We have increased our engineering resources in this area just to keep up with demand, and it's still hard to provide solutions for all the applications that are springing up. One area I haven't mentioned earlier is also 5G backhaul or infrastructure build-out that's going to be primarily based on optical technologies. That wave is about to hit us in a couple of years. So it's very, very exciting times to be in the optical industry right now.
Absolutely, because everyone's talking about this insatiable demand for bandwidth, 5G, IoT, smart cities, but we're the part of the market that has to keep ahead of the game to provide that capacity. Are you confident we're going to keep ahead of the game?
I think if the demand is there and if it's a healthy, sustainable business environment, I think it makes sense to keep investing in this area, and we definitely. It's definitely very hard for us to keep up with the speed that some of our customers are going at. I mean, we're already getting inquiries for 112 or 128 gigabaud type applications from some early device companies, and it's very tough right now to keep up.
It's incredible. I'm not sure what we'll be talking about next year, but in the meantime, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Brian. Thanks for having me.